Okay, we've returned for another episode of Shadowscape. Let's go through each character, make sure we're stocked up and ready for our travels from Shadowscape here, the Kingdom of Shadowscape. I'm going to say there's a route southwest from here that goes to the Tower of Courage. And let me double check my audio while I prepare. Make sure everything sounds good. I hope you guys didn't hear that echo. Now, while we were still outside the bookstore, let's double check each player character. We have 10 points to add on for Wolf here, based on yesterday's performance. Okay, that's Wolf. Now, as far as inventory, he needs rations. I'm going to say the party is going to a nearby shop and we'll buy rations for at least 4 days. So this will be, let's say, 5 gold for Wolf. There's 60, 70. And now he's back to, I'll say, 5 rations. He has plenty of weapons. I think he's going to hold on to the Warhammer. I was pondering about selling it, but for now I think he's good. He has no damage. He has a pretty good AC. And I keep forgetting to apply the 10% modifier for his experience, so let's give him an extra 5 in case I missed anything after the recent handful of episodes. I'm sure I did. Next we have Rayla. She has healed up. She has 4 rations. She's satisfied, but she wants to buy a potion from the local store. So she'll buy a potion of healing for 10 gold. And so I'm going to give one to Wolf also for 10 gold. Let's take a look at the price list here. Potion is not on here, but I'm going to reference anything close to that category. Holy water is 25. I think 10 gold is fair. So we'll get a potion here. Each character will most likely just get a potion. Rayla's good for rations. She has a potion. Her AC is as high as, or I should say, as low as it can be. Technically, as high as possible. And then we have her experience we have to calculate here. That's 20, which puts her at 812. Alright, so she's good to go. No damage. Garlax has been relatively quiet these past few episodes. We'll give him the 10 experience he has on reserve here. And he's ways out from leveling up. He has 1 ration. We're going to bump that up to 5 for 5 gold. Goes down to 18 gold. And then he'll get a potion. Actually, can't afford a potion, so we'll hold off on that. Doesn't want to use up all his gold just yet. Okay, so he's fine for now. Then we have our newest member, most likely temporary member. He has 50 gold. I'm going to give him, he has a full week of rations. I'm going to give him potion from the store for 40 for 10 gold. All right. Anything else that he needs? Let's see. He's all set. All right. Let's begin. After they visited a local vendor, they stocked up on some items, and now they are leaving the Kingdom of Shadowscape. First, they're going to this tile here. There is a southwest entrance. I'm going to draw it through here, and it's going to go this way and just off the side of the tower. So we are in tile. Officially, we're leaving. We're finally out of Shadowscape on X12, which is right here. X12. It is 12:30 p.m. and it is cloudy with no snow at the moment. We left Shadowscape. All right. Let's roll for if we have an encounter. I'm going to say 50% chance we do. That's 92. We definitely don't have an encounter. Okay. Anything of interest in this area? 50% chance. That's a negative. Okay, so this tile is vacant. No enemies, no areas of interest. So this tile, it's mainly in mountains. We're going to cross over here, and there's going to be hills now. Okay. So let's roll for encounter. I think I'm going to do a 60% chance here. 73 based on that roll. So that's a negative. Areas of interest. 50% chance. Nope. Or I'm sorry, 60. Nothing. This tile is also vacant. Okay. So we're done with this one here. Now we're on to, let's see, that was X11. Just like to keep track of where I am. So that was roughly probably 1 p.m. So let's just say they had some lunch. So we'll reduce rations by 1. Okay. So far, no encounters, no issues. Sarv is participating. He's not trying anything rash, which is surprising Wolf at the moment. Next is going to be, let's say it is partly cloudy in the prior tile we just passed. Now we're in X10, which is right here. This will be hills. X10. 1:30. Let's say it's partly cloudy still. And 75% chance for an encounter. Oh, you know what? 75% chance for something to happen. That is a negative. Wow. Okay. 75% chance for an area of interest. That's a strong yes. So, something is in this tile. Not an enemy, an adversary, but something of interest. Let's pull the mythic to see what exactly we discovered. 90. Setback, okay. Maybe it is a setback. 58. Modern setback. Alright, I'm going to write that down here. So modern setback. It was perhaps something expected. Modern. So what's modern? We have uh, people, travelers, perhaps. It's a setback, so something that's in the way, something that's large, perhaps, that's blocking this path from our party to cross. Let me get the. Let me get one more oracle, and let's take a look at this. I've used this one before. Area effect. We can roll on that table. It's a setback, but I don't think it's a threat. Points of interest. Let's see if it's an area effect. It's a 20 sided die, so 5. A big crater. Okay. Interesting. A big crater. I can interpret that. It could be literally a crater, but why would there be a crater blocking our path here? Maybe there was a meteorite. Maybe something did fall from the sky. Maybe it was a mage summoned a meteor, a spell. Conjured a meteor, it crashed, and it demolished the path. So the team is going to have to find a way around this crater that's blocking the path. Okay, that seems to add up. So large crater blocks the path, which is not good. A setback meaning that it's going to delay things for roughly, let's say, an hour. So they do eventually find, well, let's roll for it. I think Wolf is the leader. Let's he find a route which would be wisdom. We have to roll 13 or less. That's a negative. He couldn't find a way around. There's no other way around this route. So let's go to Rayla. Is she able to assist here? That's a yes. Okay, so Rayla points out a pass, an opening on the side through some bushes, perhaps just to go through there. So they are going to walk around into this tile, which will be some dry land. So some dead plants like that. So take a little shortcut, and now they are in this tile here. So I'm going to write down W11. So this is going to take off at 2 o'clock, take off an hour of time, and it's let's say it's sunny. So now this will require us to roll if we encounter anything. I'm going to say 80% chance because we are in the wilderness. That's a yes. We encounter something. Let's see what we encounter. 54. Goals. I might use this. We'll see. 97. Valuable. Oh, okay. Interesting. So the team encounters a abandoned, let's say it's a shack. And as they approach it, I'm going to write this down. Goals, I don't know if I'm going to use that part. Abandoned shack. The front door is opened, or there is no door, actually. The door's missing. And they're going to look inside of pure curiosity. Mainly our thief and Rayla. Both are going to explore this little tiny shack. And let's see what they find. So I'm going to get Sarv here and Rayla, respectively. And do they find anything of value? I'm going to say, if it's abandoned, probably 25% chance. That's a negative. They do not find anything in this shack. But because that's a hard no, there's going to be a encounter. And I unfortunately lost my, cannot find my collection of the encounter cards. So we'll be using a monster from the D&D guide, the BECMI book. And let's go to monsters. See what we can pull up here. Trying to find where monsters are listed. There they are, 152. Actually, I have an idea. Just large, it's in a shack, man, large spiders. That makes sense. Now, they encounter large spiders, they scream. Rayla shouts, spiders, there's two of them. So we have an encounter. Because of that strong no. Not only is there no treasure, but this little shack is home to two large, deadly spiders. Their AC will be 5, which might be, let's see, I want to balance out the team. So we have 7. A wolf has 3. Rayla has 6. Garlax has 4. And Starved is the weakest at 7. I think 5 is fair on the upper end. So AC 5. HP will be, let's see. Actually, that I will look for in the book. 152. If spiders are a monster in this book. I don't recall if they are or not. Spiders elementals. WQS. You can probably make them an AP 6, perhaps. Let's see, spiders. We have snake, specter, sphinx, spider giant. Not a giant spider. Let's see, we have a crab spider, black widow. Let's do a black widow. Just a stat wise. I'm calling it a large spider just to be generic. But the AC of it is 6, so I'm going to bump that up to 6. Its HP of these two is 3 dice. So I'm going to roll 3. Wow, that's actually quite a bit. Let's just do 1d6. So I'm going to roll 2d6 and choose the highest roll. Alright, so 4 for the first one. So the first spider, SP1, and then SP2. 2 for the second one. That. And then we have this one for the second one. Alright. So these large spiders are not the most threatening, but they are going to be a nuisance. Maybe they'll have some treasure once they are slain, hopefully. Okay, let's begin. We are, again, following my method of what I call BECMI 20. I've done it before. Probably, it's been a little bit. But what I do, just as a recap, for anybody who's curious, I roll both attack rolls at the same time. I add up AC. My target is 20. The attack bonus in each character covers the distinction of BECMI, where you have 19 for first level characters. So the difference between 20 and your leveled THAC0 is included as a quote-unquote attack bonus. So kind of an unofficial mechanic to keep THAC0 relevant while aiming for a target 20 number instead of aiming for a THAC0. Keeps math simple. It's one solid number. Everybody's happy. So here we go. This is going to be a wolf. He's striking. Again, my method of combat is very quick. So I'm rolling for these two guys. So they obviously don't land a hit, but we certainly do. And he's going to use his D8. Like so. That's going to be 8 damage. Okay, now if they're 3, there's no way they can land on 20. So we take out the first with even bonus, plus 3. So I have 4 bonus for attack. I almost forgot to mention that. So I have Thaco, which is my attack bonus +1 and +4 for striking for melee. That's obviously a hit. We don't have to consider math. First spider is out. We slay the first spider. That'll give him 10 experience. Okay. Next it's Rayla. She's going to go for right. Spider didn't hit. Okay, now rolling for the next 2. Solid 20 and a hit. They both land a hit. So that is considerable. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Damage die is, I'm going to say they are D6. A bite. Okay, so Rayla is in trouble here. 18 plus her AC is over 20, but we also landed a hit, but I'm going to deal double damage. So she has 2d6 for silver daggers. The sum roll. That's going to be 9. Okay, that's clearly the second spider has been slain. This has been a quick little matchup. Probably could have given a little more health. But they also managed an attack based on the d6. So let's get the red die to symbolize their attack. And this will determine her moving forward. So here we go. 5. Ooh, okay, she got lucky. So she takes 5 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's wounded. But the spider is slain. So we move on. She has that potion, which is already used up. So she will get, I'll give her 15 for that, for rolling the critical experience wise. She's going to use the potion. I'll let her heal fully for that. And now let's see if they find anything. So I think I have a card. Oh, yeah, here they are. So I have the GM Apprentice decks nearby. So she finds jewelry and a bracelet. So she'll take the jewelry. That'll be valued at, let's say, 50 gold pieces if she sells it. And then she'll ignore the bracelet, something special. Then for Wolf, he slayed the first one, which means he gets some treasure, some loot. These are kind of a mix of fantasy and modern, so let's say light reading. There's a book, which is nothing of interest, so I'll pass on the first one. And the second one, script, a pamphlet. Oh, okay, so the pamphlet. Interesting. So there is a pamphlet, or I should say a parchment that he finds, kind of, let's say, underneath the spider or underneath the floorboard of this old shack they're in. And the parchment, let's see what it says. 26, create, 71, create peaceful. Okay. So parchment he finds was slain. Let's say parchment. Create peaceful. This is potentially intriguing. What to make out of that? So he picks it up while the others are looking around for loot, which obviously they don't find anything. But this parchment says to create peaceful. It doesn't say that, but what it says is in that context. I really don't know just yet. That might be a plot-related element moving forward, but for now, this is all I'm going to do for this episode. We just had an encounter. We did some travels, but we left off in, let's see, we are in W11, which is right here, in a small little shack. So that's really it for the episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.